I'm very sure every charging station network will adopt plug and charge for several reasons, be it because the users will ask for it, be it because of regulation and compliance reasons. I think public charging is not the best use case for Autocharge. The reason being, the way Autocharge works is the car has a unique identifier, so-called MAC address, and that MAC address is used to then register with the charge point operator, usually through an app. You plug in, and the app says, okay, you want to register for Autocharge, you say so, and then the charging station records that specific MAC address and sends it back to the CPO, and this way it links it to your car. Now, there are some manufacturers, one famous one is Volkswagen, and there are others as well, that do not use the same MAC address for each vehicle, I think for kind of like privacy reasons. So with every new session, every new time you plug in your vehicle, there's going to be a different MAC address. So you cannot use Autocharge for Volkswagen vehicles unless they will change that in the future. There are other vehicle makes that have the same issue. On the other hand, it is not as cyber secure as plug and charge is. Obviously, there are no digital certificates involved. There is no digitally encrypted communication using TLS, transport layer security. So in theory, someone could have a listening device attached to their charging session, to the charging cables, maybe in some way you wouldn't see and recognize, and read your MAC address, and then basically replay that information or use that MAC address for their own vehicle, and basically then end up charging on your bill. So it opens the risk to fraud, financial fraud. Now, it hasn't been regarded as a high risk because, it's a bit more effort to do so. It's called MAC address spoofing, and no one has really exploited it at scale. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen in the future. So that's one reason why I would say it's not the best idea. I do understand that if a charge point operator wants to provide this kind of like plug and charge like feeling to their EV drivers, that they find it interesting to use Autocharge on the network. But at least also make sure you call it Autocharge and not plug and charge. Misguide the user.
Yeah.
I do think that Autocharge has a place. It's not public charging, in my opinion, but it's in fleet charging, where you do know your vehicles. They probably do have a unique MAC address. You don't need to implement this whole cybersecurity aspect in a private depot that you access control. So I do get that Autocharge makes more sense there. I do see Autocharge as a intermediary transitionary technology. I'm very sure every charging station network will adopt plug and charge for several reasons, be it because the users will ask for it, be it because of regulation and compliance reasons. There's also the European Cybersecurity Resilience Act that will have a play at it, and the UK will probably follow similar guidelines in the future. So there's a natural pull to adopt this technology.
I think the key driver for me, there's a security issue, but I think whether charge point operators are coming from is it's easy to set up Autocharge. If you've got our app, we can make that happen, providing you've got a compatible car. Whereas from a plug and charge point of view, as you've already said, there are a number of different things that need to be in place. So if a charge point operator is looking at this, they're obviously going to say, Autocharge, it potentially locks customers into our network because we set Autocharge up for our network, not for everybody, whereas plug and charge is for every compatible network. So I can understand why they're doing that. But